All right, I think this is recording. You have to excuse my voice. I've had some issues with it the past week or so. This is Brian. I'm with ServPro North Central Mesa, and I've got Kevin out here hanging along with me. We are in the marketing department, and we wanted to create a quick video that would provide some help and value for some of the businesses in the area. Generally, it's going to be some of the newer businesses, but this may be useful for anybody who's got a local business and doesn't know a lot about Google Maps. We do a lot in Google Maps. We're both Google Maps local guides, and so we like to play around with it probably way too much. Anyways, that's a different story. So one of the things that we're going to do right now is talk about making sure that your Google Maps listing is claimed. So a lot of times, you've gotten those phone calls. Oh, well, we're with Google, and we need to claim your map listing, and you need to give us, $1 million to do it. No, you don't. And that's not us. That's not what we're doing.
Yeah, it's usually when they start asking you, "Are you the owner of the business? Can you please state your name? Are you the business owner of ... It basically, they just want your money, and they are not working for Google. They don't work underneath Google. They just like to call themselves Google partners.
Yes, but don't give them money because you can do it on your own, and we're going to show you how to do that right now. So, so this is our, just so you know who we are, ServPro of North Central Mesa. I don't know if I can move this. Here, I'll do this. You'll see part of my other screen. Oh, never mind. That didn't work. So we might have to rethink this.
You should be able to scroll down.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Okay. So if your listing is claimed, you'll have this information. Hopefully, you'll have it in there. We're open 24 hours. Our address, website, all that fun stuff. I can add a label in there because I'm a Google local guide. So if I need to remember information about different listings, that helps me do it. And then we have our reviews right here and stuff. So one of the things that's important about claiming your Google Maps listing is if you have reviews that are any reviews, bad or good, you should always respond to every review, whether they're good or bad, because it shows people that you care. And so you can't respond to it unless your listing is claimed. So that's another reason that it's really important. A lot of times people look at them and they see some things that have happened, and not every business is going to be a 5.0, just because you can be as good as you want in business, and there's always going to be that one person who gets upset that you can't please, and they're going to go leave a review. So don't always think you need to have a 5.0. A lot of times the people that we work with have a lot lower than that, a 3, 3.5, 4.5. We can work them up to get them up to a 5.5, but just because you don't have a 5.0, don't stress about it. If you get a bad review, don't stress about it. Just respond to them very nicely so that when someone else is looking at it, they say, hey, these people care. That's the most important thing. So okay, so what happens? How can you tell if your listing isn't claimed? This is an easy way to do it. I'm just going to use a closed business in the area, so I'm not putting up anybody's business information or making them look bad or anything. So I've already got them tagged down here. So was it clean vapor?
Mm-hmm. Just clean smoke.
Clean smoke. That's
it's Clean Smoke Shop, I think.
Yeah, that was a place in Sarasota. I had it a second ago. Here it is, Clean Smoke Vapor. Oh, yeah. Why didn't that come up? Okay, so
because they're not claimed.
Oh, that might be it. Okay, so we found it right here. I had it pegged again because I knew this is where I wanted to go. Incidentally enough, Excel Vapor, I used to sell to both of those stores. That's a different story. That's how I knew that they were closed already. So if you go here, you can see a lot of times you'll see just a generic picture that comes from Google Maps, and they'll put it in there because they have it there for that address. So it's it's just there, and then you'll see claim this business. If that's showing up, it means your business is not claimed. So if somebody calls and say, hey, we need to do this and this, just go to Google Maps, go check it out, see if it's claimed. And if it is claimed, then say, hey, don't call me back. And if it is not claimed, say, hey, don't call me back, go and claim it and follow what we're about to tell you to do. Either way, hang up on them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to claim this business. It's really easy. And then the business name is that would be the business name in this case. If the business has changed or you want to have a different name on there, and there are different reasons you would do that, you want to do that. But one of the things that you want to do is, and this is getting a little more into further on search engine optimization, is you want to make sure that this name reflects the name that you want for your business to show up as on every citation online, because that's what this Google is going to base it off of when they're looking at ranking your listing in Google Maps and in the Google search engine. So you want to make sure that this name is the proper name that you're going to be using. Now you can change it later, it's just a little harder to, and it takes some time. It's better to make sure you get it right off. So if it's Clean Smoke Vapor LLC that you want to show up, make sure that's on there. It's just Clean Smoke Vapor or Clean Smoke Vape and they got it wrong, just make sure that you have it the way that you want it on there.
And if you are a corporation or anything of the sort, make sure that you actually do have the DPA on there or not on there, depending on what you're trying to show yourself as or list yourself as.
Yeah, so we've got, so again, make sure that that's right, and you're going to click next. Then they're just going to ask information on the address, and again, make sure that this address is the same address you're going to use for every citation. And basically what a citation is your name, address, and phone number on any listing site. So you want to make sure that it's something that you're familiar with, maybe something that you just do secondhand, so that you know that it's being done the same way. And whenever you do your address and phone number anywhere else online, make sure you refer to this. If it's easier, copy and paste, but make sure it's always the same exact address. So if you're typing, and I didn't look at the address on there, but let's say, I'll just give you an example, 123 Road Avenue. I just picked something up out of, and let's say you have a suite number, right? So you can do number 7, right? But maybe you want to start suite number 7. It doesn't matter which one you do, but make sure you do it the same way every single time, because that's one of the things that Google looks at. It basically shows Google that you care. If it's one way over here and another way over here, Google kind of looks at it and like, well, they just kind of throw whatever they want up there. So make sure that this is the same way. It's the same format every time you put your name, address, and phone number anywhere online. And then the city, this is all going to be the same city, state, and zip code. If you deliver goods and services to your customer, you want to click there. There are advantages and disadvantages to that. We're not going to get into that in that video.
If you want to get the actual address on there.
Oh, Kevin just pulled it up on the other computer. What is it?
244 North Country Club.
North Country. There we go. See, I made it easy for us. Okay. So they don't deliver goods and services. In this case, if you do, then what they'll do is they'll basically have it so that you can have a defined delivery area or service area. And again, if that's something you want to see, just put comments down below and we will make another video about that. So we're going to connect that. We can go to next. Is this your business? It's going to look on there and say, hey, is this the same thing? We're going to say yes, it does match in this case. If it doesn't match, just say no and it'll kick it out. Okay, it wants to make sure that we are pinned in the right place. We are. It's actually right here on the top level. This is this 2-story place, but that's close enough. So I just moved that so you can see if it's in the wrong place, you can put it right where you want it to be.
And a big reason why this is so important is because autonomous cars are already a thing. If a Google Maps pin is located in the wrong area, a car could be essentially driving to the wrong location to drop someone off to your location. So imagine how hard it would be for someone to find your place if you're just not even in the right area. They could be going the opposite side of the building and never be able to find you.
Especially if you're in a larger shopping center. That's when it's really important. Okay. So we got that. And then next. So this is why I keep him around, because he comes up with all kinds of stuff that I don't think of. So business category. Again, you're just going to find your business category. There are tobacco. Well, technically not. I don't think the vape shop is in here, though. Vaporizer store. Look at that. Because they're a vaporizer store. But if you're a plumber, you can go plumber. Or if you were a lawyer. And they have different types of lawyers that you can use. Hey, I mean, if you're a glass blower, there you go. They do some awesome artwork. I'm just saying, I've seen some of the stuff they do at trade shows. It's amazing. But in this case, we're just going to do a vaporizer store. And then you'll have, if you do more than one thing or you want to add stuff later on when you're going to customize your Google Maps listing, you'll have the opportunity to add other services. So don't worry about making sure everything's there. Just get the most relevant one that you want to show up for. And this is their phone number, I think. I don't know because it's closed, but we're going to assume it is. If it isn't, change it. I don't think they have a website that I saw, so no, we're not going to put a website up there, but this is where you'd want to put your website. Again, you can add it later if you don't have it, if you don't want to. If you just have a Facebook page, you can put your Facebook page in there. You know, however you want to do that, but, you know. Okay, so this is just a confirmation thing, telling you what you can do with your listing. Okay, so there's two different ways to verify. You can do it by phone, and the easiest way to get it done by phone is if you've already got a listing there and it hasn't been verified. So a lot of times they'll have a phone number, so they'll say, we already recognize this phone number. So if you answer the phone, that's going to be good enough. If you are in a situation to where you don't have a business, here, let me show you what I mean. Let's say we have, what's the name of the fake business that we can make up?
Do a fake one. That's gonna be hard. There's gonna be a lot of business names. They're just random.
I know, that's what I'm worried about. Let's say
just do Laser Cats LLC.
Laser Cats LLC.
There you go.
Right. Okay. So this is not showing up here. That would be an S, right? I guess it could be either one. We'll just do that. And because, yeah. So if it's not coming up in there, if they don't have an unclaimed business listing for you, then you just go there. Then you just start here and add the information, and then you can claim the business, and then you start the process from there. But in that case, they're not going to have a phone number that you can verify with. They're going to verify it with your address. So basically what we mean by that is we would try a different way to verify it. They've got an email address on file or on their listing in the back end, so they're going to try to email you. Obviously, we don't have access to that. Or we can have a postcard mailed to us. It's going to be mailed to this address because it wants to verify the address for the listing. Let's say the contact name is Joe. We do Joe Black. I don't know. I just come up with something. So, so anyway, you would do that. It takes about 5 to 7 business days to get that in the mail. What it'll do is it'll be in the mail. It'll say Google, and it'll have a 6-digit code. You just go there, go back to the listing, and just enter that information in, and you'll be able to verify. Now, the easiest way to do, you can do that online. It's not that bad, but the easiest way to do that is to download the Google Business app on your phone and log in that way. And it's a lot easier to verify. Like I said, you can verify it relatively easier, I guess, okay, either way. I just always like doing it on the app. I find that I can go a lot faster. And then you can keep track of everything on the app on your phone. I think they've got it on both platforms. So you just look up Google My Business and you'll see what I'm talking about. So we're not going to actually have them mail anything out. I don't want to waste resources and stuff like that. So we're just going to do later. And then in this case, we didn't have a website, right? So they actually have a new thing with the Google My Business listings where you can create a website to use to promote your business or your products until you get another website set up. And it's not like totally customizable websites, but they look all right. I've used them for a couple of my clients while we were building a website out, and it's not too bad at all. So we can preview the site. I don't know what it's going to look like in this case. Again, you don't want to use this as like, oh, this is my website, but it's something, it's something useful to use until you can get something set up. And that's the purpose of it. Okay, so automatically welcome to your site. You can pick a theme, and I didn't mean to actually go into all this stuff. Let's see if we can get out of here and tell your story. This is just talking about how to customize it. And then, okay, and sure, we'll publish it. All right. So it's got your listing on here, and again, you can go and customize all this stuff. And again, I won't do that now. If that is something you really want to learn how to do, again, just leave a message in the notification at the bottom. We'll go ahead and do that. But let's not worry about that right now. We'll go back here, and we're going to click on home. And this is kind of your central area that you'll control your Google business listing. So it's saying this. The verified now, that's, it'll pop up whenever you log in, and then you just go through and just fill everything out. In order to do anything, again, the reviews, to do anything with reviews, you have to have it verified, and that's important. You can add hours, you can add a profile photo. I don't have one for them, so I'm not going to. If you want to do AdWords and stuff, you can do that here. I don't ever do ad. I mean, I have done them. We won't get into that because that's not important.
If you have more than one location.
If you have more than one location, you can add a different location right there.
It's just good if you do have more than one location to create separate business listings. It's not good just to have one business listing for the whole thing, and just to call it good. If there is more than one location, you're in 2 buildings, not just one. Make it that way. Make it so you are in 2 buildings. It's just that much more likely chance you're going to pop up.
Yeah. You want to use every asset online that you can, and if you can have more verifiable Google business listings in Google Maps, that's fantastic. So again, these are the links to the apps. But if you're on your computer, clicking on those won't help. Just go to the App Store. So you can play around with all the rest of this in here. We just wanted to show something real quick to show you how to get started, and why you need to claim it, why it's useful, and that it's really not that hard. You don't need to pay someone hundreds of dollars to do it. You can do it yourself. If you're running a business, generally you're going to be intelligent enough to get this far. If you have questions, let us know down in the notes in the videos, or you can contact us through SourcePro. So anyway, I hope that you guys are all doing well, and business is going well, and we appreciate your time. Thanks a lot. Bye. Do you have anything else, Kevin?
No, that's good.
Is that good?
Good.
No jokes?
No jokes.
Okay.
Not this time.
All right. Cool. Thanks.